Hey guys, welcome back. This morning we're going to go over finishing the B-pillar mounts on the frame. I'm going to show you why it's better to use this mount, why it's better to use the rear mounts instead of the front mounts. I kind of wanted to show you what I'm doing on this crew cab. We're adding a B-pillar mount, and we're going to use the factory rear mounts, including the ram charger above the axle. I'm not sure which mount this is called. The second from the rear. It does have a top on it that you have to cut off. But the nice thing is the holes are already drilled. The thickness of the plate plus the thickness of the rear mount puts this mount exactly 2 inches centered for a B-pillar mount. And it puts it a little low. So we're going to cut an inch off. I'm going to cut it off roughly right above the hole. We're going to re-tap the hole up here. I don't know, maybe probably about an inch or 3/4 of an inch up from the original hole. We're going to trim the bottom off just so it's a cleaner look. It's nothing to catch on. But the reason being is using the factory front mount or the Jungle Gym front mount, which are expensive. I think they're like 200 bucks. They're nice mounts, don't get me wrong. They're twice as thick as the factory mounts, and they're twice as thick as the rear mounts. Jungle Gym makes some super super nice mounts, don't get me wrong. But this is a budget restoration. This is a budget build. This is all about using what we already have to save money. We can do our add-ons and our upgrades after the truck is restored and back to running condition. Then I have to contemplate all of the cool upgrades that Tim Stevenson has put out, that Duddy has put out, that Rob has put out, that Tyler Evans has put out. These are a lot of the guys I watch. But this mount will interfere with your parking brake cable. This mount, I think, will be minimal interference with the parking brake cable. And you're going to need your parking brake cable. This one is not quite as bulky as the front mount, and it's just as sturdy as the front mount, or it wouldn't be on the back. But anyways, we're going to go through fitting both of these. All right, guys, follow along. All right. Oh. That kind of gives you an idea that how it's tilted just slightly. But this plate will save you a lot of time. Put this plate right here. We're going to trim it off. You can kind of see where I marked it already. Now we're going to clean these up. Both sides, actually. We'll do one side and show you the difference, and then we'll do the other side. Then we'll get the holes drilled, and we'll go from there. Follow along. All right, guys, I don't know if you can see this. We kind of pre-marked the 2 upper holes, and we marked the lower hole, and you can see how low it is on the frame. That's too low. Not only we're double plated back here, so we want to move this hole up so that we catch that plate. Want to move that bottom hole up so we catch that second plate. I don't know if you can see very well. I'll bring you in real quick. looking at the frame, there's our parking brake. Oops. I know you guys can correct me, but that's our parking brake cable alignment holes. And you can see those holes kind of come down where the B-pillar mount's going to be. What we're going to do, I'll show you where that front mount is going to interfere if we use the front mount. Let's do this. Put you back up here. Here's the rear mount. You can see right where the parking brake cable is going to go. I just drew two straight lines from the parking brake cable mount, top and bottom. And that parking brake cable is going to go right there. That cable is, I don't know, about an inch out. This mount is going to be 2 inches out from the frame. Alright guys, we're making progress. Alright guys, here's the mount. We trimmed off the bottom. Here's our plate. There's our spacer. think? Alright guys, this is what we're left with. The drivers and the passenger, you can see the difference. And that's how much we'll be trimming off that one. Alright, next we'll be drilling the holes. Alright, we're getting ready to drill the holes. Oh, maybe. I guess I spilled my soda. Alright guys. Here's the B-pillar mount. I did mark them, by the way. I stamped them with an L. And I stamped them with an R. Right hand, left hand. There's a slight curve to it. And that way it'll remind me when I go to put it back together that this goes to the inside. But right now, I also enlarge these holes to 1/2 inch. There's our B-pillar mount. There's our B-pillar mount. We are going to have to add a filler on the back. If we come around to the back side, we'll add a filler plate back here. This piece is, these braces are off of the crew cab frame. They're a little bit thinner than the diesel frame, but we'll cut a plate from here to here, drill it, and then cut it so it fits right in there, and then the holes, everything will be welded in really nicely. We'll add that filler plate, and adding that filler plate will add more strength. Alright, we got one more hole to drill once we bolt this on. I guess you can see we need that filler plate. There's our B-pillar mount. Now, using our three-dimensional string measuring device, we're spot on. How about that? What do you think? Let me know down in the comments. Gotta drill one more hole right here. Gotta drill one more hole right here. Oops, sorry, that was the hammer. Alright guys, it's official. The crew cab has B-pillar mounts. I'll film it again tomorrow. A little better lighting. He's right in line. All right. Good morning. It's the next day, next morning, and I wanted to bring you over and give you a better shot of the B-pillar frame mounts for the cab. A little better lighting. Here's our B-pillar mounts. There's the front cab mount, the rear cab mount, don't go by my measurements, make your own measurements. Here's the passenger side. You can see the string, three-dimensional string measuring system. You can see that the mounts are all parallel and in line. Here's the passenger mount. Here's the passenger mount. Here's the plate. Here's our 2 inches on center. I do want to give a review on the microphone for my new GoPro Hero 9. Microphone works really good. You can hear my heavy breathing. I promise I'm not the guy that keeps calling all the time. Heavy breathing. Here's that plate. Drinker side of the frame. There's a RAM charger frame mount cut down. The crew cab B-pillar mount in place. 1/2-inch hardware. The inside. The inside, these bolts are just to hold it for now. They're not the right ones. Alright, guys, gals, comment down below, subscribe, comment down below, let me know what you think. Thumbs up. Thanks guys for tuning in. I appreciate it, I really do. Comment below, let me know what you think. You know, I'm no expert, but I'm trying. We did